This building is a critical piece of Silver City history. It was built by the Aleman family in the 1880s. And the Alemans were immigrants from the East Coast. They came from York, Pennsylvania. Eventually in the 1870s, he struck it rich in a silver mine here in Silver City. And to show off his newfound wealth, he built this house in the Victorian style in 1881 and lived here for a few years until there was a huge bank and fiscal depression in the United States. He then left the building, sold it to another family, and moved west. Later it became a boarding house to house a lot of the young men who were working in the mines here in Silver City. And after that, it became the firehouse for the town of Silver City, then the Silver City Town Hall. And about 50 years ago, the town gave it to a group of concerned citizens in Silver City who created the Silver City Museum. And since 1967, it's been the museum for the town and the county. Part of the house is restored or recreated to suggest what it was like living in Silver City in 1880. And other parts of the house offer exhibits on mining, on the Great Flood that really reshaped downtown Silver City, or in this case, where I'm standing, in the ranching exhibit. So it's a mix of public program spaces, exhibit spaces, and sort of a time travel space where you can walk into the parlor and imagine yourself living in the heyday of Silver City's mining history. Local residents who were in love with the idea of creating a museum for this town donated objects. Various photographic collections came our way. So almost 100% of the objects that are in the collection of the museum were gifted to us by local members of the community. And part of that house is a cupola, or a lookout at the top floor. It was used to help cool the house. So in the hot weather, those windows would be open and the hot air would just flow up and out. But it also provides a beautiful vantage point. You can see 360 degrees. You get the best view of Silver City from our cupola. And one of the most important views is looking south. And what you see when you look out the cupola south, you see a hill called Chihuahua Hill. And on top of that hill is a beautiful little chapel called La Capilla. It was built by two very devout sisters who were part of that Mexican-American community. They built a chapel to honor Our Lady of Guadalupe. The first chapel was torn down in 1914, and the present chapel, built on the exact same spot, was built in the early 2000s. Most recently, we've been showing off those objects we have that document the really rich history of ranching here in Grant County. And that's what we have behind us. Saddles that were made by a local saddle maker who was renowned throughout the region. Very beautiful works of art. And we have the more utilitarian objects like the iron brands that were used to mark cattle here in the region. So we have a great collection of a wide-ranging materials. We have close to 100 people who volunteer here at the museum, and they do all kinds of things, whether it's helping sort and manage our collections, offer school programs for kids, greet visitors at our front desk, or help in our gift shop. We could not exist if it wasn't for our volunteers. Our gift shop is just fantastic. There's so many unique objects you can find in our gift shop. Almost all of our programs are offered free to the public, which means anybody can take part in it. And they happen all the time. There's usually 2 or 3 events happening every month here at the Silver City Museum. The museum is located at 312 West Broadway, right here in downtown Silver City. The museum is free. We are open Tuesday through Sunday from 9:30 to 4:30. They can find us on Facebook, they can find us on Instagram, or they can go to our website, www.silvercitymuseum.org. I think learning about the richness of Silver City. It's a small town, but it's very, very diverse. There are ranching families, Hispanic families, mining families, artists. There's a very strong artist community here in Silver City, and that richness really makes this Silver City Museum something unique and very fun to work at.